I really, really enjoy fitting words together, but I only enjoy it when it's kind of easy, when it just kind of rolls along by itself. I never erase or cross out anything. I hardly ever write anything down. The song will be completely written in my head before it's actually written down.
I actually started breaking down some of her songs as far as just kind of looking for my favorite lines. And I found that, like, a lot of the lines that I loved the most, not all of them, but a lot of the lines I loved the most, all right, were of violent imagery. And she writes very violent sentences, all right, and invokes very violent imagery. And it's metaphorical, and she also means it at the exact same time. No, she did want to kill him at that moment. Not really, but yeah, really.
My mom used to say that when there was anything wrong with me, that there would be 3 sounds, and there would be, first the sound would be of me stomping down the hall to my room, then the door slamming, and then just all this banging on the piano. And
that was my song that I made up.
Play it again for me. It's Fiona's first composition, right?
The first one I can remember.
I don't know, there was always something that I was drawn to about the piano because of its percussive nature. You know, I guess in the same way that some people like to get their aggression out by playing drums or something, or hitting people. I like to hit the piano.
Kind of madness here, isn't it?
Oh, kind of. Yeah. Kind of.
These guys, the photographers behind us won't really leave her alone.
Yeah, they get kind of mean. They get feisty on you.
That's right. they're like pets. They need a lot of attention, I think.
This is the beginning of my career, so I'm gonna stay off that one.
So listen, I just mentioned the Wallflowers are up for Best New Artist, as are you, as is Meredith Brooks, Hanson, and Jamiroquai. Any feelings on these fellow nominees?
I just feel weird, you know? I don't know, Come on, that's mean.
No, I just wondered if you had a favorite, one that you're especially fond of.
Yeah, me. What are you talking about?
There you go. Well, I'd say her chances are pretty damn good. I last saw you anyway on Lilith. What you been up to since then? About a month, a little over a month now?
I've been sleeping a lot. And I went away with my boyfriend, and I've just been like hanging around my house and getting to know my mama.
There you go. Much deserved time off. How about this fall? Plans for the fall? You're going to be back on the road, or?
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, I'm going out again in like late September. I'll be going around the U.S.
We'll keep an eye out for you, and you guys keep an eye out for tonight. Not only a nominee, but also a presenter, I believe, as well, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and they gave me, you know what? And they gave me the stupid joke line, too. And I don't know how I'm going to handle this one.
Just ignore that prompter if you don't like it. I always do. All right, thanks a lot. Right now we're going to check in with Abby Kears, who is up in the balcony, high above the teeming masses in the lobby. Abby.
Right, the winner is Fiona Apple.
Man, oh man. I didn't prepare a speech, and I'm sorry, but I'm glad that I didn't, because I'm not going to do this like everybody else does it. Because everybody that I should be thanking, I'm really sorry, but I have to use this time. See, Maya Angelou said that we as human beings at our best can only create opportunities. And I'm going to use this opportunity the way that I want to use it. So what I want to say is, everybody out there that's watching, everybody that's watching this world is bullshit. And you shouldn't model your life. Wait a second. You shouldn't model your life about what you think that we think is cool and what we're wearing and what we're saying and everything. Go with yourself. Go with yourself. And there's just a few people that I want to say something to. I want to say, Mama, I love you. I'm so glad that we're becoming friends. Amber, I love you. You're my sister. You're my best friend. Andrew Slater, no one else could have produced this album and no one else did. And it's just stupid that I'm in this world, but you're all very cool to me, so thank you very much. And I'm sorry for all the people that I didn't thank, but man, it's good. Bye.
I was so miserable back then that I pretty much blocked out everything that happened back then. I know that I was real pouty, and I know that I was... and I know that I was also being yanked around everywhere, and that I had good reason to be pouty, but I just know that I was so miserable. The whole reason why I wanted to make an album in the first place was because I was so tired of trying to explain my personality to people. I was so uncomfortable with the social situations that I really thought that if I had a CD of songs, that I could just put that out in the world, and then everyone would understand me, and then I would have all the friends in the world. And of course, what happened to me in my particular situation, I think most people find out that what they thought, they thought if they got rich or if they got famous that everything was going to be solved, and it wasn't. But in my case, not only did I not get what I wanted, I got exactly the opposite of what I wanted to have happen. Instead of having everybody be my friend and understand me, everybody thought I was awful.
We're back with Fiona Apple. Are you able to keep those melodies in your head, the ones that you've written?
Oh, I'm not able to get them out of my head. That's why it's driving me crazy. I just want to be able to, like, I don't know, just get rid of them, just get them down on tape or something. I got it so easy. I handed out one demo tape, and just one. I had the thing was that I had 78 demo tapes made up as my first batch, and I was going to hand them all out. The first one I handed out, I got signed.
Did you have a ceremonial burning of the other 77 demo tapes?
They're like under my bed at my dad's house someplace or something.
Can you give me one? Because I'll be able to get like a good 30 quid down at the second-hand record store in Camden if you give me one of those, yeah. I swear. Honestly, that's my retirement fund right there.
I'm really glad actually that I didn't hand a lot of them out, because there's 2 songs on it that have never been recorded that are bad.
Oh, get rid of them or they're so going to come out. It's like having naked pictures of yourself, somehow it'll find a way.
I know.
And I can remember being, anywhere from 10 to 16 or however old I was, being younger and being in my house alone and feeling sad or feeling longing for something, and just without thinking about it, without saying, oh, I think I'll sing a song, just start singing. And it would make me feel better. I can remember sitting at my desk and being called to dinner and being in the middle of writing a short story. And I used to write short stories all the time. And being like, I don't want to go to dinner because I'm writing. Where at this point, like in my life, I think I'd probably go for dinner in a second. I'd be like, oh, I can stop writing, I can go, But I also used to, whenever I would think about any question that would come up about, huge questions, what is there life after death, all the things that you first think about, I can remember just lying, and I had a loft bed, and I would lie there, and I would write essays for myself to write out what I thought. I have no idea why I'm doing it, because I know what my part of the job is. I'm supposed to write songs and sing them and, do what the you know, there's other people that know what they're doing and they say to do it, and so I'm doing it. I guess it's, you know, if I have a reason for myself, I guess it's, you know, I mean, you know what, I have no idea. I think that right now, if it's possible for me to be even less knowledgeable about the music business than I was when I began, then that's what I am. I'm a lot more, I'm more ignorant now than I was then, and that's pretty much the way that it has to be for me to function, because I don't know what to do with all the information. I don't know what to do with myself right now. So.
Between this and the last record, was it 6 years?
6 years.
What were you doing?
Nothing.
Do you like getting dressed up?
No.
Do you panic when you have to answer all these questions? What's really going on inside your frame?
I have no idea how to answer questions. I feel like, oh man, I should have been doing a lot of interviews for the past week just to study up.
You didn't have a big enough studio.
Oh my goodness.
That's never happened before in the 22-year history of this show. Have we ever had to leave people outside?
Do you know what's funny is that that's not going to help my self-esteem at all.
What do you mean? What is wrong with your self-esteem?
Oh, that's the bad subject. Let's get on to. It's very nerve-wracking. I'm not a completely secure person, so this is hell.
Week, the MTV Unplugged is going to debut.
Oh, yeah.
What are you excited about?
I always do things and then forget about them.
And I said, don't call me back and ask me if I'm sure, because I can't, because I'm such a compulsive doubter that I don't want to be, just do it now, hang up, I'm unplugging my phone, I don't want to hear anything else.
Right. Paul McCartney's playing.
Oh yeah?
U2 is playing, Coldplay's playing.
I'm looking forward to, I don't know.
Well,
I really felt like, screw the whole career part of it, personally. It just didn't jibe with my principles. And I thought, as a human being growing and getting wiser, if I give in like that right now, I'm gonna be it's just the death of me on so many levels.
Understandably.
When I'm singing and playing, or just singing and I'm playing with people, and I've got such great people around me all the time, it's really the only time ever where just effortlessly I'm not thinking about anything. Every little nerve ending and every just loose end in my being is somehow sated, and I'm not thinking about anything.
It brings you a certain satisfaction to write down what you have inside, and music is the vehicle for that. I have to shout it out, I have to get up there, and I have to be able to sing it. Probably my biggest influence ever is Maya Angelou. My mom gave me a compilation book of her poetry, and that was how I got introduced to her work. I would sing her poems because they're very musical. There's beautiful rhythms in the words that she chooses. I mean, there's definitely music in her writing. If you go back to, where did music come from? It all comes from raw emotion, and it's just a direct expression of that. Cows make milk and I make music. It's just a natural thing, It just comes out of you.
I may be very young, but I pay a lot of close attention to everything that happens to me and everything that happens around me. And so I absorb a lot of information, and not just, factual information, but like emotional information even, I pay attention a lot to how I feel about things. And when you pay attention to how you feel about things and you think about things a lot, you learn a lot about yourself. And when you know yourself, you know a lot.
A lot of shit too, like after the last album, like from people that were close to me, like, you have to keep on working, you're being lazy, you have to get to the next thing, you're wasting what you've got this great opportunity, you've got,
Right.
And it's like, no, really, if I were to force myself to do it, then it would be crap.
Yeah,
And that's what a lot of people are so crappy about, and that's why people get awful and they lose their thing. Yeah, I won't write a song unless unless it serves me in some way where I feel like I have to write the song.
And
to make myself feel better.
Yeah.
If you're not overflowing with something, then there's nothing to give.
To me, the writing the dialogue is so easy. I actually feel just a touch of a fraud taking credit for it, even though I'm protective of it. I feel like, it's just like, it's like some sort of God antenna, and it's like, if it's,
And most of the time is spent with just keeping the antenna out there. That's like 90% of the time, and then all of a sudden you go, okay, I'm full, and you sit down wherever you're sitting down, and it goes, bleh. It's simple. If I end up writing songs that I want to record and sing, then I'll be doing this, hopefully, and then I want to do it. But if I don't want to do it just for the sake of doing it, like I don't want to do it and because I want to do it, I'm going to go and try to write songs. It's got to be the other way around. Like, if I write songs, then I'll be doing it. But if I don't feel like writing songs, I will not force myself to make an album, just pull one out of my ass just so that I can continue to be in the spotlight or something, or to continue to... It doesn't always have to be my career. There's no law that says that I have to have this as my career my whole life.
Does anybody here suffer from anxiety attacks? Yes! Yeah, no, I really, like, all day today, I felt like I was gonna have an anxiety attack, and I don't get them often, but I felt like I was going to. I really did, and I'm like standing here kind of, you know what I did actually? I did this in the car on the way over, because I was like, I did it, I called myself up, I called myself up, and I answered the phone, and I said, hey, Fiona. Hey, well, I was gonna see you in like 5 minutes, right? Well, yeah, that's the thing, I know, we were supposed to have an anxiety attack, but listen, I really can't do that today. I have some stuff I have to do. Is it possible? Well, yeah, I guess, I could move some stuff around. We could do it tomorrow. We could do it tomorrow. And then I was like, well, I was thinking I don't really have to do it tomorrow either. Do we really have to do it? I kind of make everything more difficult than it has to be anyway. And so then I agreed, and I just didn't have one. But I'll probably have one tomorrow or something, but I'm just sitting here kind of marveling at the fact that I'm not having one right now, because I'm not used to having to see people's faces, and like, it's just, and then I try to look up and just look up, but the ceilings look like the ceilings from my school. So I don't know, so I'm just gonna, wow, okay, bye.
Pictured a rainbow. You held it in your hand. I had flashes, but you saw the plan. I wandered out in the world for years. Well, you just stayed in your room. I saw the crescent. You saw the whole of the moon. You were there in the turnstiles with the wind at your heels. You stretched for the stars, and you know how it feels to reach too high, too far, too soon. You saw the whole of the moon. I was grounded while you filled the skies. I was dumbfounded by truth. You cut through lies. I saw the rain-dirty valley. You saw Brigadoon. I saw the crescent. You saw the whole of the moon. spoke about wings. You just flew. I wondered, I guessed, and I tried. You just knew. I sighed. But you swooned. I saw the crescent. You saw the whole of the moon. The whole of the moon. With a torch in your pocket and the wind at your heels, you climbed on the ladder and you know how it feels to get too high, too far, too soon. You saw the whole of the moon. The whole of the moon. Hey, unicorns and cannonballs, palaces and piers, trumpets, towers, tenements, wide oceans full of tears, flags, rags, ferry boats, scimitars and scars, every precious dream and vision underneath the stars. Yes, you climbed on the ladder with the wind in your sails. You came like a comet, blazing your trail. Too high, too far, too soon. You saw the whole of the moon. The whole of the moon. The whole of the moon. You saw the whole of the moon. Oh, oh, oh. You saw the whole of the moon. I feel.
There are 4 screens in front of me. In 2, lawyers dressed in suits. In the 3rd, a judge in a robe. Then, a person in an orange jumpsuit, hands cuffed behind his back. I'm watching a bail hearing. Within 2 days of someone's arrest, they are brought before a judge like this one, who will decide whether they'll be released or incarcerated in jail while their case proceeds. These decisions can mean life or death, and they are made within minutes, with little information. All over the country, thousands of people go through these hearings each day, as if in a national assembly line of injustice. But in a growing number of places, people are beginning to hold actors accountable by showing up in court and documenting what they see. We are here, and we are watching.